Caitlin Clark is the true X-factor behind Fever's playoff success, reveals Kelsey Mitchell. How are the Indiana Fever doing this? Nobody had them penciled in for a run like this, not with 5 key players, including Caitlin Clark, missing. Just sneaking into the playoffs already felt like a fairy tale ending. Nobody expected them to get past the Atlanta Dream in round 1. And yet, they are not just alive but leading their semifinal series against the mighty Las Vegas Aces. Kelsey Mitchell has been the engine of this Fever run, pouring in 104 points across 4 playoff games. That's on the back of a career-best regular season where she averaged 20.2 points, 3.4 assists, and 1.8 rebounds in over 31 minutes a night. Everyone deserves a Kelsey Mitchell on their team, Brianna Turner said. But they don't get it because we get her. Still, ask the 8-year veteran what's fueling this Fever surge. She won't make it about herself. Mitchell joined ESPN's NBA Today and revealed the reason behind the Fever's success, and it had everything to do with the draft picks. I think our draft picks ended up coming big. Lexi was a big draft pick, and then you get Caitlin, and then you get AB, and so you culminate that together with, my experience and having to, go through a couple of things before they got there. I think it was just like a match made in heaven, really, because I was, still at a young age to really, vibe and get to know these players for who they were. And then you bring in Caitlin, who changed the world, changed the dynamic of basketball. And as a friend and as a player, you grow to appreciate her because, certain doors have opened because she's come to the Fever, and you have to respect that. The Fever hadn't made the playoffs since 2016. Their last winning season came in 2015, when they finished 20-14 and went to the finals. It had also been 10 years since they last won a playoff series. The rebuild was slow and steady, and Kelsey Mitchell has been part of it since being drafted in 2018. Mitchell saw the franchise add pieces like Lexi Hull and Aaliyah Boston, and together they've grown into core players still chasing that championship dream. But as Mitchell admits, the Fever wouldn't be enjoying this level of success without Caitlin Clark. Since Clark's arrival, the Fever reached the playoffs in her very first season and became the league's biggest draw. Her regular season games averaged 1.2 million viewers, 199% higher than games without her in 2024. Yes, Clark only played 13 times this season as the Fever took on what felt like a mission impossible. But without her, the team never would have attracted stars like Natasha Howard, who's been a key factor in this playoff run. Clark was the X-factor the Fever needed to push the team to the next level. Every championship team needs a strong foundation built on chemistry between players, and Clark has proven time and again just how good she is at creating it. Whether it's the infamous Trace Letches, traveling to every game to support her team from the sidelines instead of resting, or playfully teasing teammates on social media, she's always connecting with those around her. Mitchell highlighted Clark's impact in the same interview, and I love the teammate in person in her because, she's accepted it with so much grace and even welcomed us with open arms to make this thing happen. So I think it just took a lot of big pieces to make what it is now. Clark helped shape the culture in Indiana, and the young core had a simple message for management this offseason: protect our locker room. Protect the culture that we've got started. That culture of fighting for your teammates until the very end is precisely why the Fever are still standing, even after 5 season-ending injuries and losing players like Dawana Bonner. In Clark's absence, Mitchell has been holding the team together. Clark had nothing but praise for her after her record-breaking Game 1 against the Aces in the semifinals. Caitlin Clark praises Kelsey Mitchell after big win against Aces. It was Mitchell who carried the Fever to a series lead against the Aces, pouring in 34 points on 12 of 23 shooting and hitting 4 threes along the way. Her performance made history. It became the second highest scoring game by a Fever player in playoff history and the most points ever scored by a WNBA player in their first career semifinal game. Caitlin Clark couldn't stay quiet, taking to X to sum it up in just 2 words: Kelsey unreal. But the Fever knows that the job isn't done yet. The series has expanded to 5 games, giving the Aces 4 more chances to fight back. Aya Wilson and co. will be hungrier than ever to bounce back, and for a team that won 16 straight games to reach the postseason, you can't count them out after just 1 game. It'll be interesting to see how the Fever approach Game 2, knowing Aya Wilson won't shoot 6 of 22 every game. Aaliyah Boston did an excellent job guarding her in Game 1. Can she repeat it in the next? And can Mitchell keep delivering those big performances? So many questions remain, and only time will answer them all. The Indiana Fever's playoff push has been one of the most talked about stories in basketball this year. A team once dismissed as rebuilding has suddenly emerged as a force, surprising analysts and frustrating opponents. The Fever's run has been fueled by teamwork, resilience, and an undeniable belief that they belong among the WNBA's elite. But if you ask Kelsey Mitchell, one of the team's most experienced voices, the real secret ingredient isn't just strategy or chemistry, it's Caitlin Clark. Mitchell recently revealed what many already suspected. Clark isn't just a rookie sensation putting up dazzling numbers, she's the true X-factor behind Indiana's postseason success. More than a shooter. When fans think of Caitlin Clark, they think of her trademark deep three-pointers, the kind of shots that make defenders shake their heads before the ball even touches the net. But Mitchell insists Clark's impact goes well beyond the scoreboard. She shifts the game without even touching the ball, Mitchell explained in a post-game interview. The defense bends, lanes open, rotations get confused. It's her presence that changes everything. That's not something you can coach. That's an X factor. Clark's ability to stretch defenses has opened up opportunities for Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and the rest of the Fever's lineup. Suddenly, role players who once struggled to find shots in rhythm are benefiting from wide-open looks. The result? A Fever offense that feels dynamic, unpredictable, and dangerous in ways it never did before Clark arrived. Rookie composure, veteran influence. One of the most surprising parts of Clark's journey is her composure. Playoffs can rattle even the steadiest veterans, but Clark seems to thrive under pressure. Instead of shrinking in big moments, she seeks them out. She doesn't play like a rookie, Mitchell said. She plays like she's been here before. The way she carries herself in huddles, the way she's not afraid to take the last shot, it gives us confidence too. That confidence has spread across the roster. Younger players follow her lead, while veterans appreciate the way she balances respect with assertiveness. Clark isn't trying to overshadow her teammates, she's elevating them. The Clark effect. Off the court, Clark's influence has been just as transformative.